So, good morning to you. Well, it's not exactly good morning, isn't it? After last night, and I'm back with another video. And today, I'm going to talk about this press conference reaction, the post press conference reaction from last night's shocking game yet again. So, it finished Villa 2, Newcastle 0, and what's that? 10 games without a win, and that includes 2 cup games. We haven't scored for the last 4 or 5 games since the Leicester game when we got beat. Not all of that. It's 6 games we've won at the last 28. So the omens are not great under Steve Bruce. This manager has surely now has to be getting the sack. And I don't care when it is, today, tomorrow, but he better not be managed against the Leeds game. Because if he does, we'll be absolutely screwed again. So if you like my videos, if you like and subscribe to this, and leave your comments in sections down below at any time. And I had a massive 156 viewers last night. So thank you very much for joining us on my show with the Toon Review and Geordie Talk, Paul and Steve especially. Right, let's crack on to what Steve Bruce had to say last night on the last night's game. And lead writer from the Chronicle put in asked him a question, and he was asked about the game. And what he said last night was unbelievable, man. The guy's a joke. And he's trying to put a positive spin onto it. He's trying to fool our fans, trying to please our fans, and he's tried to take our fans on an absolute mug. He's saying something that we cannot see. So I'll read what Steve Bruce said when Lee asked him the question. He goes, "What encouraged me was to see Ryan and Alan on the pitch. I think it's the first time I'd be able to see a glimpse of them. That is the difficult part in the Premier League." Jesus Christ. Why did you not play him from the beginning? Well, obviously, ASM, not from the beginning. Why did you not play Ryan Fraser from the beginning on the left-hand side of midfield and play Murphy from the start? Oh, that team lineup is an absolute joke. It really, really is. And I don't care what anyone says. It was another poor performance, and people agree with this. And it's coming to the point now where, for the first time, I'm just going to say, look, we got beat. It's the norm. It's the norm. I don't care now because we, as a club, are a sinking ship, and he flipping knows it. And it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. And then he was also asked about the flags at St James's Park, where Raw Flags displayed the flags outside the stadium. And this is what Steve Bruce said. "I'm disappointed to hear that. Sorry, Steve. I'm disappointed that we're not been winning games. I'm disappointed that you're still at the club. I'm disappointed that Ashley haven't sacked you yet. Yeah? Because let's be real here. You are the worst manager in my lifetime. The worst. And you're getting away with it. Yeah? And it's about time that Jamal Lascelles had a word with Mike Ashley or Lee Chan and just say, look, enough is enough. We can't play this anymore. Yeah? You need to do something because our season is sinking like a stone. Yeah? So I'm very disappointed as well. I hope, Steve, you have to understand that because the fans don't want you. The press don't want you. We want you gone. But that's down to one guy, and that's Ashley. So he's also asked about Graham Jones and also on Sky Sports about the position of Graham Jones coming to Newcastle as an assistant manager. And he was told, I can't discuss this. I'm sorry. That was his comment. And then, but there's no no because according to Craig Hope, that he wants to join Newcastle. He's asked Bournemouth to be released of his contract, and they reluctantly agreed to do so. And he said as well, this is a one in a lifetime dream to come to Newcastle. He's always wanted to come to Newcastle. Well, I'll tell you what, Graham, if you do come, good luck, son, because I'll tell you something, you got no fans here. Otherwise, they'd be turning on you as well, because you're part of Steve Bruce's clan. So it is what it is. And I'm just going to come on to another. Stop that screen a second. So it's just unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, the club's an absolute joke. I'm just going to bring up what Craig Hope have to say as well. He was asked about the visa problems to DeAndre Yedlin, and he basically said that we know about this, but he basically said that can't comment on Graham Jones, but he also confirmed they have lost DeAndre Yedlin because of a visa issue, and they allowed his visa to run out fast down to the club. Honestly, they should have known about that. They should have renewed it if they wanted to stay. But now he could be on his way at the end of January. And I'll tell you what, DeAndre, if you leave the club, mate, good luck to you, because you'd be better off leaving the club, get this bloody rest of the club at this moment in time. It's more like the media, like the Twitter press, the media press, if you see what I mean. And Craig Hope said a good point. Well, I mean, love him or hate him, he does speak the truth sometimes. Yeah, told about the Bournemouth situation. And basically, he said that it's not about defending, we just cannot attack. That explains everything, done it. So please like and subscribe to my channel. If you already haven't do so, it'd be fantastic if you did that. So, yeah, so tell us what you think. Tell us what you think about the game last night, guys. To me, I think it's absolutely shocking last night. I'm going to go on to Mark Douglas from the Chronicle, and he's made a lot of things there. And he's posted some interesting tweets last night. And Craig Burnley said, Newcastle are just a rotten shell of a club. Well said, Craig. You're absolutely right. And he also, and Bruce come out and said, I've seen enough to be encouraged. You must be fooling yourself, Steve, because you're an absolute idiot. That time we club, man. Because I'll tell you something, we don't want you. Don't want you to talk whatsoever. I sent a tweet out last night, which I think is a brilliant, brilliant tweet. Right. Mark Douglas has come up and said, until they get a new ownership, they're just going to drift backwards, sinking like a sinking stone. They've become a nothing club. They are just boring. And you know what it is, right? Well said, Mark, by the way. We are thinking that if you look at the end of the game, by the final whistle, there's 3 players who just dropped to their knees last night. Jeff Hendricks, Jamal Lewis, and I think it might have been Jamal Lascelles. Right, so confirm that first, please. Yeah, it is. And to me, they just don't care. They don't care. It's almost like being relegated after 90 minutes. Depends on how laughs depends on it, man. It is an absolute disgrace, man. Morning, Jay. I hope you're okay. Players don't look happy, John. And for him to say he can see some positives, Jay, he's just kidding himself, mate. He's so deluded. I've never known a manager deluded in all my life. It is an absolute joke. This manager, right? I wanted him gone after the Liverpool game. I've always said that last season. Wanted him gone. And he's still here. 18 months. And he cannot find a solution. He cannot find his best team, his best tactics. Oh, he does do tactics, by the way. Absolute joke. And Mark Douglas has here said on a tweet, how easy are Newcastle to play against? Passive, sloppy, no energy, ambling, zero fight, disgrace. And Jamie Carragher added to the fun. He said, just caught our approach in the second half, unbelievable. Well said, Jerry Redknapp. Well said, that man. And Mark Douglas as well. I can find it. Yeah. This is a brilliant tweet here, man. That's why he's got 873 likes, 124 replies, 91 retweets. Let me read it out, yeah? A different system every week, different approach, fighting words, but it just looks like a mess. When they cross the white line, keep hearing that there's nothing they can do to be done. This group, I just don't believe it. And he added, the club is coasting into deep trouble. Mark, you're absolutely right. Also, there's just no passion, no fight, no desire, absolutely nothing. Nothing. And every time we go behind, we haven't got the capacity or the capability to fight back. We have not come back from a lose position to win games. And that really hacks us off big time. And I was just going to comment to that, Gia. The players don't look fit. You're right. Look at Aston Villa yesterday. They just come back from COVID, right? Yes, they lost to Man City. I fully expect that. But they came out, they can play the ball out from the back, they can play football, they look comfortable, right? They don't look flustered. And let me tell you something, right? Villa had everything we haven't. So I'm going on to Geordie. Hope you're okay, fella. Those players don't want to play for Boost. I think we all know that, mate. Everyone knows that Boost has lost the dressing room. He's got no control of players. And John Joe Sheriff has come out and say he'd rather play for Boost than Benitez. I think John Joe needs to keep his mouth shut because he's been poor as well this season as well. If I'm ranting, I'm sorry. It is so frustrating this morning. It really is. I didn't really want to do this, but because I love doing it, I have to do it. And Mark Douglas always said, so straightforward, plenty of fight and talk off the pitch, but they're not showing enough it on the field. He's right. And you got all these players comes there, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do the cover. See, it's all talk, but on the pitch, they look scared. It's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Yeah? And the goalkeeper is defending. What does Jeff Hendricks do? What does he do? Again, he offers absolutely nothing. And it nearly cost us the third goal last night. Yeah? John Joe Shelby, what did he deliver? Nothing. McCreeley, it's great to see him back, yeah, but he got done for the second goal. And I'm sorry, but he was just the best last night. At least Jamal Lewis did try to create things, but again, it was just average for me. Average for me. But I've got to do my player ratings later on, and believe you me, it'll be absolutely brutal. Brutal. So I don't know what to say, guys. I really, really don't. And we got Leeds United on Tuesday, and I'm going to do my match preview tomorrow night before I go on 4 horsemen with 3 other guys, including Paul, to review. He's the host, PD Prologue, and also a special guest as well. So looking forward to that. Gia said, where do you go from here? With Brighton playing Fulham, then West Brom, Fulham, gaps were closed because we won't get out at Everton. So basically have to beat Leeds. Do you know what it is, Gia? I've said for a couple of weeks now, we're not winning the game under Steve Bruce. Not another game. I'm bringing Graham Jones as assistant manager. I've never known a club that has 3 assistant managers at the club, right? And I'm getting people now coming to tell me and say he's coming in to oust Bruce out. So when Bruce gets a sack, then Graham Jones is going to take over. What has Graham Jones done as number 1? Took out Luton and he nearly got him done. Yeah, they had to sack him. And Nathan Jones came in and he saved the club from relegation. Graham Jones, he might be a canny number 2, but he's not a canny number 1. Where does he manage? Again, you're bringing in someone possibly manage our club. It's a huge club. It's like taking an 18-year-old lass being chief exec of a football club. It doesn't work. And it ain't good enough. But all I'm saying now, we better win a game on Tuesday against Leeds, I doubt. And I'm hearing rumours about Rafa Benitez as well, saying that he could be coming back to Newcastle. Let me tell you something, he'll never come back to Newcastle under Mike Ashley. Never. Never in a million years. After the way Ashley treated him. I mean, I'm still looking at that game last night, yeah? I've done the stats last week on me, sure, right? And we had 7 shots, 7 chances on target, 1 shot on target. That's a feeble header straight to Martinez. Other than that, we never tested the goalkeeper. Never. We don't create enough. We don't dominate enough. We don't score, let alone defend properly. Do you know what I mean? Villa could have had 5 or 6 yesterday. And let's be honest about this. And then Jay said, haha, that led to last night, John. It was Stephen on your channel. He looked plastered. Need a drink to watch this. You know what it is, right? I mean, I don't know if he drinks or not, but he's a good guy. He's a cool guy. You know what I mean? I think he might be drinking after that defeat last night. Honestly. It's just painful to watch at the minute at Newcastle. I mean, I want to watch Newcastle to see Auburn attacking football. Yeah, win, lose or draw. What we're seeing now is football. It's just boring, flat. It's uninspiring. There's no fight. You cannot teach fight. You got to do it yourselves. You know, it ain't good enough here. I've got to do my player ratings later on, and let me tell you something, guys. It's going to be absolutely brutal. So please, please, please come and join us for that. I've got to do loads of content. I've got to do the pre-match review, the press conference as well, by the way. I don't get people saying, John, wasting my time doing it, but I have to do this because I'm getting so many subs now boosting, which I think is great. I've got 275 people subscribing to this, yeah, which is absolutely amazing. And Jay says, so painful. That's the boost supporters have gave up on my Facebook. You know what it is? They're seeing sense. They are actually seeing sense. Even some of the pundits are seeing sense. But it's too little, too late. I've always said he should have got sacked after Liverpool last season. And now it's proven to be right. So where do you go from here? And the Chronicle kind to Hendricks of a 3 out of 10. Do you know what? I'll give him a less than that, a lot less than that. You know, people say I'm being a bit harsh. People say I'm being a bit unfair with player ratings. Well, if that's what you want to be harsh on this, cool. You carry on. I've got my say. So I'm gonna wrap this up quick because I'm gonna study my player ratings. I'm gonna go on a bit of social media as well because I've got loads to catch up. And I'm doing a watch along live on Tuesday with a guest and with Barry, the guy interviewed on Friday. Very interesting guy as well. And he's also a York City fan. And he said he will not be turning up to games. And there you go. So that'll do for me. I'm going to wrap it up now. So please like and subscribe, and I'll see you back with a player ratings as well. And also, hopefully, it's going to be fun. So it's going to be late as for Jay, and it'll be late as for me. Until then, see you later. Laters.